What's up, dreamers, and welcome to another episode of Helpful Dreams. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm super excited today because we successfully finished building out the video production portion of our marketing agency and began to onboard new clients for that, and I'm very grateful. I'm wishing the best for all of you out there. Today we're going to be covering the topic of attitude, and we're going to jump into it right now.
Number one, we're affected by philosophy. First major of the 5 major pieces. Number 2 is attitude. We're affected by how we feel. First, we're affected by what we know and the decisions we make. Second, we're affected by attitude, how we feel. And I gave that quick list. Let me give it to you. It's how you feel about the past. You've got to have a good attitude about the past. Use it as a school, not a club. Don't beat yourself to death with your past. Faults, failures, losses. Let the past be a school. Harsh school maybe. What else is new? Let the past be a school master to teach you. Not to threaten you, but to teach you. Okay. Next, it's how you feel about the future. Set your goals. We'll talk a little bit about that before we finish today. Goal setting. The promise of the future is an awesome force to affect your life every day. Without a future well designed, we take hesitant steps. And all you have to have is hesitant steps. For 6 years, you'll be timid, driven into a corner, not boldly willing to go and take your portion, take your share. Okay? Next, it's how you feel about everybody else. Got to have a good attitude about everybody else, because it takes everybody else to make a market. One person doesn't make a family. One person doesn't make a business. One person doesn't make a corporation. One person doesn't make a community. One person doesn't make a nation. It takes all of us to make a dynamic economy, a nation second to none. It takes all of us to make the churches and make the economy run. It takes all of us to make the possibilities. All the gifts that have flowed in here the last 200 years, unprecedented in 6,500 years of recorded history. There's been nothing like it. The ethnic streams that have flowed in here brought their gifts, brought their talent, brought their skills, brought their inventions, brought their work ethic. All of it mixed together is called America. Been nothing like it in 6,500 years. And to miss the value of it by some, warped attitude about it, I'm telling you, you've missed it all. And if you have an appreciation for it all, you'll draw from it. And if you draw from all the gifts that have been blended together here for 200 years, now for your value and benefit, think of what you can do for your days, for your business, for your conversation, for your equities. You can transform it to an incredible degree. And here's the last one. It's how you feel about yourself. Understanding self-worth is the beginning of progress. Self-worth should be easy. If one of us can do it, all of us can do it. If anybody can think it, we all can think it. I can read, you can read. I can understand, you can understand. From where I came from, the few simple things I did and tried revolutionized my life in 5 years. There isn't anybody here that can't do it. Change from pennies to fortune. Change from nothing to something. Change from broke to rich. Anybody in this room can do it. If any of us can do it, we all can do it. That's the kind of value you should place on yourself. If Jim Rohn can understand it, I can understand it. If he can read, I can read. If he can find it, I can find it. If he can change, I can change. If he can get it done, I can get it done. That's the attitude about yourself. So valuable. Okay? Now, in transforming our lives, we don't start with attitude. We don't start with the inspiration here. We start with education. Somebody says, well, I expected you just come get motivated today. Well, that probably won't do it. Somebody says, by now we should be standing on the chairs, waving a flag, singing the old gray mare. Get going here. No, that's not where you start. Life change does not start with inspiration. Life change starts with education. You've got to be educated to the point of where you might have messed up. My teacher put it in blunt, simple language. He only went to the 9th grade in school, so he put it in simple language I could understand. He said, Mr. Rohn, after 6 years living in America, healthy American male, 25 years old, been working 6 years, 1 year of college, pennies in your pocket, nothing in the bank, behind on your promises. Shoaff said, I just got one simple explanation for that. You've messed up. Now, I could understand that kind of language. Substitute a Hershey bar for an apple means you've messed up. should walk around the block, could walk around the block, won't walk around the block, you have messed up. And all you got to go is right down through the list. Don't need some teacher to come by and tell you. Be your own best teacher, saying, hey, let me make a list of some places I've messed up. Because if I let this down, that probably affects the rest. And the answer is, that's true. So we don't start with inspiration, we start with education. Somebody says, well, just motivate this guy, he'll be all right. Just motivate him, get him turned on. Probably not. If a guy's an idiot, you motivate him, now you got a motivated idiot. No, he won't be all right. So we start with education. What's the first education? If it isn't going well and you live in America, you have messed up. You don't need to change countries. You say, well, the country's messed up. That's like cursing the soil and cursing the seed. In the sunshine and the rain, which is all you got. Don't curse all you got. When you get your own planet, you can rearrange this whole deal. But this one, you got to take like it comes.
Jim Rohn's second principle of success is attitude, and it's understandably so, because attitude, I believe, is one of the fundamental things that has the most effect on how our lives turn out. People who are comfortable within a negative attitude are commonly people who look at all the things that could go wrong in a scenario. When we're feeling down and out and negative, oftentimes it's hard for us to envision a better future for ourselves, and it's also easy for us to forget the small things that we can be grateful for. One step we can take to improve our attitude is take action on the things that we've been putting off the most. If you have tasks that need to be done and you've been putting them off, it's important to start to take action on them. We will begin to feel better the more things that we check off of our list. And this is super important because oftentimes it can be lingering. The procrastination can have an effect on how we feel. The best thing for you to do is take the appropriate action to do what you can and then move on. Worrying about it is a complete waste of time, because if the worst case scenario is going to happen to you, it's already going to happen to you regardless of if you're worrying about it or not. It's also important to spend time with people who have positive attitudes. The people around us in our lives have a major influence on how we go about our day-to-day activities. It's important and vital to surround yourself with people that build you up rather than take you down. Another step that we can take is to always act with purpose. We must always strive to align our actions with our values and our life purpose. When we're living in purpose, it's easier for us to feel good, feel like our life has meaning, and this improves our overall attitude. It's also important not to compare yourself to others and realize that everybody's walking on their own path at their own pace, and life and success looks different for every individual. This is especially toxic if we are looking at other people's lives like they're better than ours and that there's something missing from our lives. It's important to remember when comparing yourself to others that you only have an external view. You're only seeing one piece of the picture that is being presented to you, and everybody has their own problems and issues that they're dealing with on a daily basis. No one is living free of problems. It's better to focus on your own life and how you can practice improving daily and making your life more fulfilling for yourself. Another technique that we can use to improve our attitude is try to expect the best rather than the worst. When you go into a situation, you don't necessarily know the exact outcome that's going to happen, and so you have nothing to lose by expecting the best. It is very rare that a situation is going to turn out better if you're expecting the worst leading up to it. I challenge anyone out there when they're going into a new uncomfortable situation to press yourself to expect the best rather than the worst. Lastly, it's important to be grateful for what you have in life. Lastly, you need to be grateful for what you do have in life. Lastly, we need to be grateful for what we do have in life. I know this has been said in self-help and personal development literatures over and over again, but how often do we truly exercise gratitude in our lives? Let's push ourselves to practice gratitude on a daily basis, and this, in essence, will change our attitudes about life. This concludes our time for today. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel to spread the message, and I'll see you guys in the next one.